10:54 p.m. March 21st, 2025. And this is my 18th diary. Today I'm kind of tired already and it's kind of late and I want to sleep, so I'll probably be short. But yeah, in the morning I went to visit the bureaucrats to bring them my documents, and it took about an hour of just sitting there and waiting to be called, even though I had the time set for when I have to come. But I'm not complaining because they're giving me money. Then I went to school. I had maths and geography. And maths, it was cool as usual. Geography, we did nothing as usual. And after school, I walked with my friend. And, we talked about math and like the test that's coming up next week. And she's like so stressed about it. And I'm not. And I told her about how I did 4 months of homework uh, this week, 4 months worth of homework this week. I did like 13 assignments, and each of those assignments takes like an hour or two to actually complete. And I always procrastinated on doing them or just didn't do them. And then I realized that the school year is coming to an end, and actually with my final school year is coming to an end, and I have a test next week, and I haven't done a single homework since the previous test. But I did get the best grade in class on the previous test, which I think I can replicate on this test. But anyways, I was telling her about that and how I finally finished all the homeworks and how hard it was. And I laughed about it and joked. And she was like, "Oh, look at you, you're so happy and stuff." That instantly made me a little mad. Well, not mad at her, but like on the inside, because like, is that how I look? I mean, do people really think that I'm like so great and I'm doing great and that like I'm happy about anything really? I know like I sound really bitter now and like weird, but I'm not I'm not okay most of the time. Like she said, "Oh wow, you're so happy," because she doesn't know that yesterday after we walked from the dances with her, I went to the park near by a church, and I sat there in the middle of the night just crying on a bench because I was feeling like shit about myself and being overwhelmed by social anxiety and other issues. Like, people don't see that part of me and that part of my life, and people think, "Oh, he's so creative. He's doing so great. He's working out. He's studying." No, bro. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm lazy. I hate myself. I hate everyone around me. I'm jealous. Like, I'm not okay and I'm not great. I'm not happy. And I don't think I can ever be, to be honest. I don't think that's something that's achievable. I think it's a myth. Love, happiness, it's all made up. But yeah, um, then I want to get a new haircut, which is actually pretty good, because I haven't gotten a haircut in like 4 months, and my hair all looked disgusting at this point. Well, not disgusting, but like there was no style to it, and I couldn't. Yeah, it's just I wanted to do something new with it, because I have had this haircut before and other similar haircuts before, um, and I know that they work for me and for my face and for my style of clothes and my character, and I know that they're attractive and stylish and stuff. But I wanted to try something new, but I couldn't handle I couldn't handle it anymore, and I just got the classic middle part. So it's not really the same one that I had before because it's a little shorter, and the guy, like the barber, he made it in a way where I can style it different ways. I can do a slick back, I can do a side part, I can just leave it messy, and I can do a middle part. Yeah, and then I went home after the barber shop, and I worked on my music for a bit. Um, Actually, for quite a bit. I was mastering a lot of the tracks that I have in the album Cryo Breaks, um, and trying to get them to be about the same level of loudness, though some of them are still louder than the others, and I don't really know how to fix it because I don't want to make them quieter, and I also don't want to lose the dynamic range on the ones that are quiet. Well, they're not quiet, they're like 14, 13 loops, but still, it's the other ones are like 12 to 10 loops. I'll probably just make those quieter. Um, yeah, and I was finishing up some of the tracks that weren't finished, and I have about 3 or 4 more to actually finish, and then one final remastering session, and then I can finally release the album. So I still haven't decided if I want to release each individual track first and then the album together or the other way around. Um, and I think I'll release it on not just on YouTube but on streaming services as well, because maybe my friends will want to listen to it on something more convenient than YouTube. But then now I'm super tired, and I was I was expressing this one track, and then I listened back to it, and it sounded out of tune, and it was so weird. Like I heard it 100% being out of tune, and then I went back to the JW, and I looked, and it was in tune, and there was nothing that could be possibly making it out of tune. But in the expert, it was sounding kind of suspicious, and then I sent it to my phone, and I listened back there, and it sounded normal again. So I think my brain isn't working anymore. And I went to the shower, started seeing bugs that don't exist, like people see shadow figures when they're tired. I see that too, but first I start seeing bugs crawling around that don't actually exist in the real world. But yeah, I think that's all for today, and